recording.
Oh, it's going.
Okay. 4 just did not seem very good. Wasn't very happy with it. So far, I'm going to rank the episodes currently. I think I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, 4. I think we can go up from here. Do you watch football?
Not in the past several years.
What was it like the last? Do you think you could name 5 current players?
I'll do it right now. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
Yeah. It's been a
That's
while.
it.
It's been a while since
That's all I got. I mean, I would recognize other names if I heard them, but I don't know what they are right now.
Man.
What can I tell you?
I've been seeing some brutal ass videos on TikTok. It was like a Charger driving down the interstate at high speeds. It hit the like a concrete barrier holding the bridge, and it cut the car in half, like right down the middle, and through the driver's side went flying up like 150 yards into another wall, and then the other side stopped.
Sounds like another video I won't be watching.
I don't know. They just stumble. They keep hitting me with them like repeatedly.
I have like 3,937 videos to watch later.
Damn.
So I'll have to get
Did you
to that.
download them all?
No.
You should download them all so you can watch them anywhere.
I have about a gigabyte of free space.
How often do you have to clean off your phone to keep it like functional with only a gigabyte?
Every few weeks.
That's it? That's pretty good. Man, you know who you be reminding me of right now? Like a modern, the modern version of the dude from Jurassic Park. The doc.
When you want to lean back, you just go right up. Nice.
It's like a snapback. You can make it happen. Tell you what I made happen today. I went to Burger King and made that my own burger with my own patties. I bought the patties, but I didn't buy I bought the keto buns. That was pretty good. Got 2 buns left. I don't know what I'm gonna use them on.
Did they taste weird?
Not really. They're a little small though. Like if I try to put a jumbo burger on that mug, ooh, she ain't gonna hold. What do you eat today?
The only thing I had was a burrito bowl.
From where?
Blue
Blue
Coast burrito.
With a rice?
Rice and beans.
When are you starting the diet?
I am unsure if I have started already or not because I don't know what my diet is.
Yeah, my dad started full keto.
But I didn't eat that many. I threw away most of the chips because I got the side of guacamole. So I said, I'm just going to use the chips until the guacamole's gone. And once the guacamole's gone, it's over.
Oh, you dipped them in the guac?
At first I dipped them in the guac.
You eating that guac?
I got the guac to put into the bowl.
Yeah.
So I put some in the bowl, but when I was done with the bowl, I had some guac left. So I dipped a chip into it. And then I also had a side of sour cream. The next chip I dipped into the guac and then the sour cream, and that was pretty good. And then the next chip I dipped into the guac and then the sour cream and then the salsa. Ooh. And that was hitting the spot. And I did that until I ran out of chips. Guac. I still had chips left. I didn't need all the chips. The rice and the beans and the chicken and the cheese and the queso and the onions and some jalapenos.
You ever think about taking that guac into the theaters and dipping a little popcorn in her?
Well, I thought about stuffing the chips into my pocket.
God, they were broke.
That's why I didn't do it.
You could have put them in your hat.
I ruled it out. Well, I wasn't wearing this.
Wow. You think they would stop me if I had a top hat on?
They might ask you some questions if the top hat was your only fancy attire. Like, I feel like maybe
I
throwing
can't wear
a cape.
I can't wear a top hat when I'm wearing cargo shorts.
Like, if I just show up looking like this, just I have a top hat on. That's a little weird. Also, the girl at the cashier when I went to get a drink, she was cracking up laughing at me when I was ordering my drink. I don't know if it's because
Did you still have the helmet on?
I didn't. I just had the hoodie on.
I mean,
The only thing I could think of is either I look ridiculous and stupid, or maybe she recognized me from the Christmas card.
oh no, you're the biggest fan. I mean, I don't know what was on the Christmas card to the theater.
I mean, basically just this. I mean, I'll
you wearing
draw
the-
you a picture if you need it.
Well, I mean, I guess you could.
I already drew that. You said I look like the
Wait.
tree.
That was the picture.
That was the illustration.
Wait, did every Christmas card get the same illustration?
I sent you the Christmas card.
I hadn't seen it yet.
Oh man.
I don't look at the mail.
Well, it's blurry.
I've seen.
It's low quality and blurry.
I've seen your brother's.
His is beautiful. That's a beautiful card.
I went to J. Alexander's.
Woo. I wish I had a steak right now.
J. Alexander's. That was the best. I don't know if that. I almost feel like I would need to pay you $1. That steak, I would feel like questionable. It had a really sweet, like a sweet marinade. It didn't seem very keto, but it barely was cooked either. It looked like it was about to crawl away, but I ate it. Perfect. It's cooked.
Ooh.
And just enough.
Sounds like
It had broccoli on
the
it.
way you described it sounded like it was raw.
It wasn't raw. They at least put it on for a few minutes. It wasn't cooked through fully. I don't like no brownness in my meat. I got broccoli loaded, and I got the steak, and I got the salad, and I had, which can't be helping me, 6 Diet Cokes while I was sitting at the table.
Ooh.
My dad was impressed. My dad was like, "This is you keep drinking Cokes like Forrest Gump. Keep bringing them out. If you head out on foot and it's raining, walk. Don't run.
Oh, I'll be walking.
Because if you run, you're gonna get wetter.
I might walk right to Chick-fil-A.
You can get grilled nuggets.
If
Grilled-
I try to eat healthy at Chick-fil-A, I like to get the Cobb salad,
Is that grilled chicken?
one step at a time.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
it's barely drop it in there just for a second. They just give it a little crisp.
Oh, that's right in there. Cooking that oil.
I mean,
It's
if they asked me if I wanted it grilled or fried, I would try grilled, but it's always I think it's breaded. I think it's their chicken breast sandwich fillet. Oh shoot! I sound so stupid on this podcast. I can't pronounce words. How do you pronounce the word fillet? Oh, there you go. It's their fillets chopped up and put on top of the salad.
Oh, you just get that grilled. You
Well,
get it
I mean,
grilled.
I'll look into it. I feel like the salad, just the fact that I'm getting a salad, you don't even want to hear how I was still getting the small fries.
I feel like you're so loud. Talking about jumping off buildings.
Oh,
This don't make sense to me. What happened? Lethal Weapon 5 is being made, supposedly. Didn't
they're gonna be wheeling off buildings.
But he was supposed to retire back in the third movie, which was 1992. That whole movie plot was he was going to retire 30 years ago. What happened?
Maybe I didn't move my booth close. I mean, I feel like I got a lot of stomach space.
I do. I feel like my booth has been moved anyway.
I feel like we need like a checkerboard here or something to keep things moving along or something, because I don't.
I feel like a checker.
You bring the topics, and I'm supposed to. You're like Forrest Gump with the ping pong table set up right, and he's
feel
just
more
bouncing
like-
ping pong. So I'm just bouncing it back, but
I feel like more like you're like Lieutenant Dan in the bed when he's not wanting to talk. Oh, man. I feel more like Forrest Gump on the bench. I don't know.
I'm freaking hungry.
I would like a checkerboard. I almost talk better when I'm eating.
Maybe that's part of the problem. We're sitting here waiting for the food, and the food never comes out.
I feel like I could eat a burger on my keto bread. but I had to move away from the mic. I don't want no chewing in the mic.
You should order delivery.
I mean, someone might open the gate for him, but they might take our food.
That'd be terrible.
But yeah, I can make keto food anywhere. Just bring it on.
I think of sound as a partner to this kind of visual experience, but I do not want the graphics to play a role of a lesser subservient partner.
I don't know. I feel like I need food in front of me. I like my best conversations at any time. For the most part, I'm not.
I mean, maybe that's what we need to do. We need to smuggle food in here, and we take out the trash. We don't. I mean, we're good patrons.
I mean,
Smuggle something in here to eat, and then I mean, I imagine that sounds wonderful in these mics. But I push it away while you're talking. I'll eat, and when I got something to say, I bring the mic back.
You pull it right back to your face. I might bring in some burgers.
I'm ready to go get something right now. I mean, I'm getting worked up. I'm getting hungry.
Are you gonna get food?
I can't get food, but I tell you what, I'm gonna eat some food. I got my eye on that bucket I was talking about.
You can eat the whole bucket?
I don't know what's in there. I'm a little bit.
Ever thought about?
I'm a little bit. That's what the whale was eating. He liked him a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken. So then
the whole bucket?
Yeah, and then I come home and then there's a bucket in the refrigerator.
Was that a fucked up movie?
How do you so mean?
Was it depressing, sad?
Oh, mama, that movie just tore me to pieces. Everyone rushed out of there. They turned the lights off right after it goes to credits, and so everyone can see everybody. Everyone's leaving immediately. I took my hoodie and I put it over my head so no one could see the state of my face. I looked like Princess Diana had just died. I mean, it was terrible. It was just so terrible. And then I was sitting in front of everyone so they could see me in the front, waving my hands, wiping my face. And then the cleaner guy comes in and he's like, "Was that a good movie?" And I didn't hear him. And then he's like, "So was it good?" And I still didn't hear him.
How do you not hear him?
And then I kept walking and he's like, "Was it good?" And then I still didn't hear him. And then all the way down the hall, I hear him say, "Was it good?" And I gave him the thumbs up. And I walked away. I think he was talking to me.
He probably thought you were being a smartass.
But because he had already asked me about the movie, he said, "Oh, I want to see it." And then I said, "This is right when I'm coming out the door." He said, "Oh, I want to see The Whale." And I said, what did I say? I said it was intense. And then I thought that was it. And then the whole thing with the "is it good" started happening. And
I mean, he wants to know is it good because he don't want to waste his time.
But I said it was intense. And then as I was walking away, I said, "But it was good." And maybe he didn't hear me.
I guess he didn't.
I don't know. Or was he talking to his coworker, the ticket guy? Was he asking if the theater was good to clean now? Because maybe I was the last guy out there waiting for me to clean it. I don't know what was going on in there. But I mean,
I got one question about this movie. Does the movie start off with him not being his size?
First of all, the movie is like, it didn't take up the whole screen. And I didn't notice it at first. And then I did notice it, and I kept noticing it. I don't know if it was the movie theater having a problem, but it was like the size of an old television. It was like 4:3 instead of like whatever the wide 9:16. But that didn't bother the movie. What was your question?
Does the movie start off with him being like normal?
It does not. You see this guy. He is the whale. This guy is humongous. And I guess what hit me the heart, I don't know what got me so fired up. It was almost like looking at a version of what I could be if I continued down a certain path. This guy was in a poor state.
God,
I don't feel like I can talk much about the movie without.
I hadn't seen Brandon Fraser in a damn movie in so damn long.
It was his best performance.
Tarzan was god awful.
I enjoyed that. A lot of Tarzan.
Oh God.
Tarzan
I
was.
think The Mummy was the best Brendan Fraser movie. Or the one where he lived in
The one where he was underground.
with Christopher Walken. Is
That
the
was
one?
That was his best performance before this movie. That's what I felt.
What's that movie called? I like that movie
I enjoyed that movie, and I thought about that movie while I was watching.
because it was
this movie.
Christopher Walken was his dad, right?
Oh
I
yeah.
think. It was a pretty good movie.
Here we go.
I feel like I watched that movie with David once. Remember we watched we watched something in Florida once with David, and it was Biodome, I think.
I thought the only movie I remember watching with David was the movie where Elvis is in a nursing home.
David watched that movie with us?
I'm pretty sure he did,
What?
or at least Ryan.
We did?
I did, at least. Maybe everyone else fell asleep.
Oh wait, we did watch that in Florida. I think.
Because we had already watched it, and it was such a banger that we said everyone else is gonna see this.
Yeah. I don't know if David watched very much of it. I think David and we introduced it to David and Ryan.
Blast from the Past.
Blast from the Past. That was a good one. But I don't.
That's the Brendan Fraser, Christopher Walken's movie.
I hadn't seen him in a movie in so long, but I heard this one was good. I hadn't been to the movie theater. I'm paying $20 a month. I need to at least see 2 movies a month. I hadn't seen a movie since the main one, which was.
I feel like you're missing out on the full experience because the best movie times I have is when I, like tonight, totally I was by myself. I just sat plopped down there totally alone, and I was just crying like a baby right there in the second row. And then I just got up and I walked out and it was raining. When I'm sitting there by myself, there's no distractions. I'm just locked into this thing.
I don't get distracted when I'm there by myself. When I'm there with like y'all, I'm in the zone. Now I can't remember everything sometimes.
Wow.
That's one thing. If you're high, you can't remember the movie. I like to see the movie sober and high.
But like when you're there with someone else, you can kind of sense maybe if they're not liking the movie or if they're liking the movie. You can kind of get a sense.
I'm laughing. I like the movie.
But when you're there by yourself, you don't know what anyone's thinking, and you don't know what they would think.
I don't know.
So you're just locked in on whatever you're thinking.
What time does the movie theater open?
The earliest I could have seen The Whale today was 12:20.
No, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Unless it's like an hour movie. I think 10:30 is about my limit. Because I gotta be at work at 2. So I gotta leave it there by 1:30.
It's really weird going to a movie really early, and then you get out of the movie and it's still light.
Oh man,
it's only happened to me like 3 times in my life.
I haven't been to a movie in the daytime. Well, I went on a date a while back. That was a daytime. I went. Man, is it raining?
I hope not.
Oh yeah, it is.
This is what happened in the movie. It was such a tremendous, beautiful ending. I thought that the rain was the sound coming from the movie.
I don't think I can see a movie before work. Then y'all be seeing movies on the weekday when I'm at work. Now back in the glory days, when movies were on at 11:30 and 12 at night.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Did they have 12 o'clock showings at Indiana Lake?
No, that's why we always went to NCG.
11:55. Many nights, 11:55.
Those were some of the greatest days of my life.
Do you think they really notice us bringing in food?
Maybe once in a while.
Hunter, I feel like Hunter once said they noticed all the time and they just didn't feel like telling us. It used to be probably one of the funniest stories about the movie theater smuggling food in was when normally it was like the dream team normally of us 3. Y'all hadn't met Ryan last year, one of the viewers that are only viewers that have met Ryan.
Those viewers might have dropped off in the first episode.
They'll come back when it hits prime. Right now we're floating
a couple years.
Right now we're floating at like practice squad material, like Billy Madison over here, football. Like it's not good. We're like Division 3A.
We're just putting the reps in.
You gotta consistency builds results. Whether the results we're looking for, who actually knows? Well, the viewers will know because if they're not watching, then consistency has made us. We consistently suck ass. To say at least. But you know what? It happens. You just got to get back on your pony and
you
ride
don't know
off.
unless you try.
That is true.
And if things don't start improving within the next few months, we might know that we suck.
Then we might have everything for sale on Amazon or
But
something.
we could outsource our talent and have other people do the podcast. We could run the podcast studio. We could own a podcast studio. We already got the studio. We don't have the walls to the studio.
It's like it's hard to explain what we got really, but
well, I mean, it's like a 10 by 10.
There you go. It's like a 10 by 10, but we got a lot of activity space going upwards.
And a lot of activity around outside.
You never know what you're going to get on the outsides.
I mean, raccoon could pop right in. Right, I mean, the walls don't go all the way up to the ceiling, folks.
Someone could pop in themselves and just look over.
People can see the lights. There could be crime and riffraff happening outside, and we wouldn't even know it with the headphones on. We could just be sitting in here. And then they would open up the door and
be like, "What?"
Have their way with us, and I don't know what would happen. Hide behind.
I would die trying to get away. I don't know what we were talking about before, but I felt like it was getting somewhere good. I felt like I was getting good.
Movie theaters,
smuggling food.
Smuggling food in. One of the funniest times ever was smuggling food in, and I don't know what it was, and we might not hear what it was.
What we got?
9%.
Okay.
We're like the band on the Titanic.
We're like Captain Smith there. I'm just going to grab the mic like this as the boat goes down to the ground. Just drag me down. Oh, man. Back in the day, NCG, you can get your drinks. That was the one good thing. Fountain drinks you could refill. But you know what? Sometimes in our glory days, we used to bring in those big monsters. Ooh, the big ones with the caps. The big boys.
Yeah.
We had Max come with us one day. And Max fired up his monster.
He wanted a drink of it outside before he went in.
He wanted to chug it before we hit that line.
Rookie mistake.
He opened her. He cracked her open, and she was a little fuzzy, I think. Somehow, why did it start leaking?
He drank it outside, had a nice little drink of it, and then he closed it. And I don't know what he did. That's part of the part that's funny to me. Is I don't know what this guy's thinking there, but he decides to trust. He puts his full trust in that cap.
I thought he made it.
And he has it upside down in his sleeve.
With his full trust in he was really bragging about that too. He was like, "Watch this," and then we like, Max, you leaking. And then
he was in line.
Then he was looking around.
And he's pouring all over the place in line.
He spun around.
In such panic.
He spun around like a dog trying to chase his tail. And he's like, "What?" And then Ryan,
you want one of us to take it? What are we gonna do? Tie it off?
Me and Josh turned around in the line, and every man for himself.
I mean, it looked like he had a bomb in his hand. He was like a hot potato.
Ryan was like Jackie Chan Rush Hour, taking the bomb. Max is like Chris Tucker there with it. Jackie Chan runs up. Ryan runs up and runs outside with it.
I don't know if I can blame the cap because it looked like it wasn't even on. This drink was pouring all over the floor. It was like he was just holding it upside down.
Ryan grabbed it and ran outside.
Oh, that's bonkers.
The other one that was funny there was, you sent me into the theater. Mainly because I walked slow. I bought the ticket. Then I figured out what door we were, gonna land at. And then y'all put a large pizza by the door and some nachos and chips.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the pizza.
And then we just casually bought the ticket, and then we casually walked down and opened up the exit door. I just walked down the aisle with it. You don't run with the pizza. What if I drop the pizza? That's what I'm saying. You got to act casual. And then if they say something, just say you ordered it from the kitchen. And then if it's a new employee, they might think there's a kitchen.
They made it special.
Regal has pizza.
They do.
Now, they don't have a 14-incher for Papa John's, but man, bang for your buck. There's also a time I got pulled over in the parking lot for loud music. Then we drove the BMW there once. Where's she at?
5%.
Oh, we're gonna wrap it up.
Did you ever give that date? I don't remember.
Oh, Today's
You know, you
date.
like to give the date for some reason.
I do. I don't have the iWatch on today. I have the other one. 12/19, right? On January.
Oh, it's 12:20.
12/20 and January 3rd.
Yep.
Um.
Early in the morning.
So a month ago today, we fired up. I think it was a month ago today. We fired up the first episode.
In about
Which-
24 hours, it'll be the month mark.
Month of March.
What?
What did you say?
What did I say?